Like I said, my name is Bill Moores. I'm a detective here at Palos Heights. This is Eric. He's my partner today. What we do as detectives is that patrol, they're the ones out in the squad cars. They're the ones driving around, and they get reports of things that happen. Sometimes it's theft reports. Sometimes it's battery reports. Sometimes it's, traffic accidents, speeding complaints, all that kind of stuff. And when they take reports, they'll document everything that happens. And then if they can't follow up with everything, it gets sent to me and I start investigating it. And that includes, battery reports, theft reports, sexual assaults if it's bad. I'm not saying that you did any of that, but that's the kind of stuff that we investigate, okay? We were contacted by Arden Courts on July 1st of this year because they had a patient that had some stuff go missing, okay? That patient was missing a necklace, and then they found out later that credit cards were used. Her credit card was used at several locations, and that's why we're here today, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You said necklace missing?
Yeah. You don't know what I'm talking about? No. So you don't know a patient, and you're a caretaker, correct? At Arts over there? Okay. So you take care of patients?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay, you did. So we're here because they reported that their necklace was missing and then their credit card was used at several locations. And so I started investigating, okay? The credit card was used at a pawn shop in Chicago Heights, so I went there first. I talked to the owner there, and he gave me a description of somebody that came in that actually sold a necklace that looked like our victim's, and then the credit card was used there as well. Does that ring a bell to you at all?
Chicago Heights?
Chicago Heights, yeah. Would there be any reason why you would sell a necklace that went missing?
Have you said any? No.
No? Okay. And then what about the credit card being used there?
No.
No. So if there's video camera showing somebody that goes in there to sell the necklace and then the credit card being used, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about? No? Okay.
Initially denying any involvement, the suspect now faces concrete evidence tying her actions to the missing items. Maintaining a low profile becomes increasingly difficult as investigators reveal each transaction and record in front of her.
So, do you know who that person is?
I go there for my own jewelry, for my own jewelry thing.
Okay.
So,
but would there be a reason why the credit card was used at that pawn shop?
I don't use the credit, no.
Okay, but I have you. The victim's credit card was used there, okay, and then the victim's necklace was sold there, and it was you that did it. Because you're a past customer there and they took your driver's license before. And so you have a profile there. Olufonku Tugam, that's you, right? Okay. So they said that you sold them this necklace for $200. And that signature looks awfully like the signature that you just gave me, right? So what's going on here? And that looks awfully like you.
Yeah, it's me, but I have my own jewelry. I always sew for them, like in my home.
I understand.
There is something highly noteworthy at this moment. It is the way everything is still unfolding. Almost normally, there is no screaming, no intense table-slamming scenes like in the movies. Just a seemingly casual conversation between the investigator and the suspect. But for those who have watched real-life interrogations, this is actually the most dangerous phase. Because the majority of suspects don't break down immediately. Initially, they usually try to keep everything looking fine, trying to speak calmly, trying to answer cooperatively, and most importantly, trying to maintain the sense that they are still in control of the situation. This is an extremely common psychological reaction. When humans face an event of such massive gravity, the brain automatically creates a psychological buffer to delay the realization that the consequences are actually crashing down. In other words, they haven't fully accepted the reality that their life may have just changed forever. And the detective understands that better than anyone. That's why he doesn't rush to accuse. No aggressive interrogation right from the start. No constant interrupting. Instead, he lets the suspect keep talking. Because in real interrogations, what causes a person to slip up is usually not direct pressure, but rather the fatigue of maintaining an untrue version of the story for too long. Notice how the suspect begins to repeat a few of the same phrases, the way they answer more evasively whenever asked about a specific timeline, or the brief pauses before introducing a new detail. That is when the brain is no longer just recalling memories. It is having to calculating how much the police know, calculating which answer sounds the most plausible, and calculating which version poses the least danger to themselves. The terrifying thing is, many viewers might think that lying is something very easy to spot, but in reality, it isn't. A person can lie extremely calmly for minutes, even hours, until they realize the police have been many steps ahead of them for a long time, and that feeling is usually what begins to shatter the entire layer of psychological control they have been trying to maintain since the start of the interrogation.
And that day that you went in there, I talked to the owner. He said, you went in there, you sold them a diamond necklace with some gold with a little diamond pendant. You sold it to them for $200.
Like mine, that jewelry is mine. The one that's always sold. Even I have a jewelry, I always pawn over there for them to borrow.
Yeah, but that was the victim's. Yeah. We have a picture of the victim wearing it, and it's the same diamond necklace, right? And then not only that, you paid off your balance at that pawn shop using the victim's credit card for $160, I believe. That was, or $150. That was your balance.
The suspect begins to show clear signs of worry as the detectives lay out the evidence. Each transaction, each record is revealed in front of her, making it harder to maintain her story. The mounting proof puts her in a position where a full admission seems increasingly inevitable.
Right? I don't want to put words into your mouth, but that's where we're at right now. Did you use the victim's credit card?
I don't use, no, I always use my own money to pay the, I always use my own money.
But I have you on camera, and you used your profile to sell them a necklace.
I always use my own money to pay my pawn thing, because I have a jewelry there at pawn.
Right.
Yeah, with you borrow money for, so I always use my money.
Right. But but the credit card,
with my own credit card.
But we have the credit card from the credit card company showing that it was used at this store to pay off your debt at the pawn shop. The victim's credit card.
Who?
The patient at our courts. Her name is. She's elderly. She has dementia. She wore that necklace all the time, and then it went missing, and then it's sold here. Would there be any? Do you have anything to say about that? I mean, it went missing, and then it sold, and then her credit card was used.
I do not use the credit card. I have my own jewelry. I always sold, like, you know.
I understand that. I get it. You're strapped for cash. You might.
Yes, get my strapped for cash. I have a jewelry there with my
Right. Do you use credit cards to pay other things off?
I always use my own credit card. Then sometimes I give them the cash.
Okay.
Yeah, I give them the cash.
So would there be any reason why the victim's credit card was used to pay off anything else in your name?
On my name?
Yeah, in your name. There would be no other reason? So if I showed you some other bills that were paid with the victim's credit card, what would you say about that?
The bills?
You know, a bill like an electric bill or your car bill or a gas bill, internet bill?
I don't have a car bill. Even I don't have an internet bill. So...
Okay. Well, I'm about to show you some more information. This is a Comcast bill. This is from Comcast. And the victim's credit card was used on June 30th, which is the day that things went missing, in the amount of $348. And that's your name right there, right? And that's your address?
Yeah.
So we have records showing that the victim's credit card was used to pay for a Comcast bill. Who has access to your Comcast account?
Nobody.
But you, right?
Yes.
So how did this happen?
It didn't go through.
It didn't go through?
It didn't go through.
But you tried, right?
Yes.
That's why we're here. So you tried to use it, but it didn't go through? Why didn't it go through? What did it say?
I don't even know.
You don't even know? Okay. So then let's backtrack a little bit. What happened at the pawn shop?
The pawn shop, I went there to go and pay my bills.
Right.
Yeah, so.
With the victim's credit card?
No, with my own.
We have the credit card I have a credit card slip with the victim's credit card being used there. Right? I don't want to put words into your mouth, but
Yeah.
it was used at the pawn shop, right? By you? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. See, now we're being truthful. I'm sure you needed the money for something, right? I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying that you go and take advantage of people. Everybody has their reasons, and I wish I could put myself in your shoes, okay? There was a reason why.
Right here, the conversation begins to shift completely. If you listen closely, you will notice the detective is no longer asking what happened. He is doing something else, far more subtle, testing the suspect's psychological reaction. This is a very common tactic in American interrogation rooms. The investigator won't drop all the evidence immediately. Instead, they present tiny pieces of information, fragmented details, seemingly casual questions, and then they observe. Not just observing the answers, but observing how the other person reacts to each specific detail. Because sometimes, the reaction speaks volumes more than the testimony itself. Innocent people usually try to recall the event, while someone who is hiding something focuses on controlling their own image. That is why you will begin to see very tiny signs appear. An answer corrected mid-sentence, a timeline shifting by a few minutes, a detail that was previously certain now becomes not remembering clearly. At first glance, they might seem completely normal, but to the investigator, those are signals that psychological pressure is mounting. Because lying isn't just about fabricating a story. That person also has to remember exactly what they said before, must ensure every detail matches up, must constantly guess how much the police already know. It is a process that causes incredible strain on the brain, and the longer it drags out, the higher the likelihood of a slip-up. This is also why many real-life interrogations last for hours on end. Not because the police lack evidence, but because they understand that time itself is what creates the strongest pressure. No need to yell at the suspect. No need for violence. Just let them keep talking and trap themselves in the very words they created. What makes famous interrogations so haunting is the moment you realize a person can control their words very well, but their body cannot. Averting glances, changes in breathing, silences stretching longer than usual, or the way they begin to get defensive over seemingly harmless questions. All of those things usually surface even before the confession.
You were selling these things, and there was a reason why you had to get that money. I don't know those reasons, but that's why I'm here today, is to try and figure that out and find out why you use these things. Okay? Are you behind on bills?
Yes.
Yes? A lot? What kind of bills are you behind?
Like my house rent, everything. It's only me with it. I have 4 kids. The government didn't help me to give me anything. Mm-hmm. They say because I work 2 jobs. So I don't even. They had to kick me out from my other house. I had to get another house now. That's how I was now. So no link, nothing, no like a money, extra money. I have an autism baby. Mm-hmm. It's like a sick baby. Yeah. So I don't really have time to go and work. I have to monitor her. She be, how the autism baby behave. They just destroy everything, So that's what happened.
So you saw the credit card and the necklace, and you thought that would be a reason to get out?
No, I don't. No, it's not the reason.
What happened?
I was supposed to do that, but...
So you took the necklace?
I didn't take the necklace. I didn't see the necklace. I'm not the only one work on that day. There were a lot of people work on. I didn't take the necklace.
But this video is from when you took the necklace, or when the necklace was sold. You were the only one that went in at that time and sold the necklace to the owner of the pawn shop, or part owner. Okay. So you're saying you didn't take the necklace?
No.
Who took the necklace then?
I I don't even know about the necklace. I will tell you the truth I took the
Olu, it's right here. That's your name. And it was sold for $200. A 14-karat gold necklace.
I have my own necklace I always saw. I have my own necklace. Even I didn't wear it. I have like a one pendant necklace because I saw a lot of stuff for them. My jewelry, my own gold. I always saw.
So that just seems like the biggest coincidence ever that the victim's necklace goes missing. She wears that thing every day. She got it as a gift. She wore it for 17 years. That's what the daughter said. Because the daughter gave it to her on the daughter's wedding day. 17 straight years. And the daughter went and visited her mom at Arden Courts, and she noticed that the necklace was missing, was not on her neck. And then it gets sold at this pawn shop.
I mean, how would you feel if someone took something like that?
Yes, I will feel so, yeah. I will see, like this one, my daughter gave me this for my birthday. I can't,
And you probably wear that thing every day, right?
Yeah, I don't remove it. I wear it to shower, everything.
But imagine if somebody took that from you.
I'm not going to be okay with it. Yeah, so.
And that's where we're at right now, is that the victim lost her necklace because she couldn't say no because she's medicated at the hospital or at the nursing home because she has dementia and she's unruly, and then it goes missing, right?
It gets sold the same day that you're there with your signature on there.
Right. So who took the necklace?
I own my jewelry on that day.
I know, you bought your jewelry back.
Yeah.
You bought your jewelry back. But before you did that, you sold them the victim's necklace. Who took the necklace from the victim? Who took the necklace? Who took the necklace, Olu?
I did.
You did. Okay.
And why did you take the necklace?
I didn't take it for its neck. I will say the truth. I did not take it for the neck.
You didn't take it from her neck?
No.
Where was it at?
It was on the table.
Okay.
It was on the table.
Okay.
On the table, the chest drawer. So.
Okay. Next to the bed?
Yes, next to the bed.
Okay.
I think maybe when the other caregiver was taking care of her, maybe he didn't know. So,
So it was on the table.
On the table.
Next to the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you find the credit card at?
It's in the wallet.
In the wallets. Did you take any money?
No, I didn't take money.
Okay.
I did not take
How many credit cards did you take?
I didn't take. No.
Just the one?
It's only one. No.
I'm only asking because I know I have several credit cards. You probably have several credit cards. I'm only asking. I wasn't blaming you. I was only asking. That's all. Okay?
No.
Okay. All right. We have one more charge. Similar to this. There was a NICOR charge, gas charge. Was that you too? It has your name, your address, for the amount of $418. It was used on June 30th.
This is usually the part that makes many viewers feel the most uncomfortable, because from this point on, the interrogation is no longer just about what happened, but begins to shift to something far more complex: the way humans justify their own actions. In many real-life cases, suspects rarely view themselves as monsters. Instead, they try to find a reason: financial pressure, relationship conflicts, alcohol, substances, prolonged stress, loss of emotional control, and sometimes those reasons actually exist. But there is a very cold line between explanation and exoneration. That is also what makes these kinds of interrogations so haunting, because you are witnessing a person trying to convince both the police and themselves that their actions are somehow understandable, and the detective knows that all too well, so he doesn't constantly object. No arguing over right or wrong. He lets the suspect keep talking, because the more they try to justify themselves, the more humans inadvertently reveal the real motive underneath. Sometimes it is selfishness, pent-up anger, the fear of losing control, or simply the feeling of not wanting to take responsibility for the consequences they caused. That is why real-life interrogations are often far more terrifying than the movies. No dramatic music, no chase scenes, just two people sitting in a closed room, and layer after layer of psychology is gradually peeled away over time. What leaves many true crime viewers haunted long after the video ends is not just the criminal act itself, but the feeling that everything could have been prevented very early on. Just one different decision, one different phone call, one person leaving earlier, or someone managing to stay calm for just a few more minutes. But in real cases, tragedy doesn't usually happen just in a single moment. It is built from many consecutive wrong choices until there is no turning back. And that is the scariest part.
Was that you?
Even all this didn't go through. I don't.
I know,
Yeah.
but we still have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, you tried, right?
Yeah, I tried, but it didn't go through.
What about the Shell gas station?
No. Shell gas station.
Dude, that wasn't you?
Shell gas station.
There was another charge for Shell gas station.
Shell gas station.
I don't have copies of the video for that, but I mean, you're the one that had the credit card. So this says it was processed on June 30th, but then it was charged back to the credit card on July 6th. So it looks like it went through for a little bit, and then they realized that it was not your credit card, and they gave it back. They put it back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it looks like if I hadn't called NICOR, it probably would have gone through.
Call NICOR?
NICOR, that's the company that does the gas company.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to tell me?
Nothing.
Nothing. Have you ever done this before?
This my, to be honest, I swear to God, this is my first time. I never do this before.
Yeah.
I don't know what puts me to this. You know, it's because maybe like my financial problem. I never do this before.
Okay.
Never in my life.
Okay. And what did you use the $200 from the pawn shop for after you were done?
I used it to, I pay my bills.
Your bills?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going around doing this to
No, I
make...
never.
Okay.
I've been working there for so long. I don't know if
I don't know how long you've been working there.
I've been working there for many long, so I never in my life.
Okay. When we were there, did you know why we were there then? Did you put...
I don't even know.
You didn't know?
I don't know.
So this was out of sight, out of mind. It happened. You didn't think that we would find out?
I don't even know. It's like, yeah.
Okay. So here's what happens now. I have to call our state's attorney's office, and they have to determine if we have enough to charge you or not with theft. Okay? So you're going to be here for a little bit. I have to go call them, and then we'll go from there.
Charge me for like how?
Like a theft, like fingerprinted, you'll have a court date, all that kind of stuff. Okay? Because you took somebody's possessions and used them. That's my job, is that I have to call the state's attorney's office, and they tell me if I have enough to arrest you and charge you for the crimes that happen. Okay?
So they're going to take my fingerprint?
Yes. We're going to take your fingerprints right now.
After that?
And then you'll get a court date if they say that I have enough to arrest you. But that's up to the state's attorney's office. Okay?
So they're going to give me the court dates to come up to the court?
Yes. But you'll be out of here today. Whether you get charged or not, you're leaving here today. Okay? Unless you start fighting us or... I know, I always tell that to people. If you start becoming unruly or anything like that, then we have bigger fish to fry. But right now, we're going to fingerprint you, and then we're going to call the state's attorneys, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Thank you for being honest with me. Yeah. I know it probably feels better a little bit.
Yes, I really feel bad. Because I've never been through this before in my life. This is the first time the police put the handcuff.
And that's why we were cooperative with you. We didn't want to scare you. We didn't want to have to go behind the back.